So the race is on as 10 region 135 schools. The 2018 National Science and Maths Quiz, it enters the preliminary stages from 11th of June 2018. It's live here on JoyNews. Of course, you can get us on your Gold TV channel 144 and DSTV channel 421. The National Science and Maths Quiz is produced by Primetime in partnership with GES and CHAS. And we're profiling in the regions every day here on the show. We're counting down. I don't know, we'll go to the Volta region. I know we won't go to Zion College because, we're still trying to prep up and, get to the level. But are we going to be Echo?
Well, it depends. I think definitely.
It depends on what.
Always.
You guys are arguably one of the best schools in the Volta region.
Always we contest. We contest.
But where do you get to?
I don't know. I haven't monitored in a while.
Oh my God! And we're getting all the old students, all the associations involved in this. We don't want it to get to the finals for people to be biting their nails. If there's some efforts that you can put in to push the schools,
motivate.
Please do it now. Let's all do it now before we get to that stage where we really can't help much. But it's all about the National Science and Maths Quiz. Catch up with the regions that we're profiling every day here on the AM show. And of course, subsequently, you see it in all our news bulletins as well.
Well, let's move on. Since its inception some 25 years ago, schools from the greater Accra and Ashanti regions, they've always been the winning schools for the National Science and Maths Quiz. We'll see which school will be winning this year and which region will be coming.
Yeah, I remember the finals last year, right? There was a bag stolen.
Is it the final? Is it the last year that we had a disco and St. Thomas?
It was a disco, but it was yes. Was it? Yeah. The hype was deep and people really, I don't know, I think this is our passion, You cannot separate yourself from your school.
Yeah, true.
And usually when we talk about school, we're not talking about university. Who cares about university? No. We're all talking about senior high schools.
Yeah, usually even at the university level, you don't find that camaraderie than you will find in
I think the secondary school is what builds you, it molds you, it develops you.
That's true. And you remember all the memories are all from there. So
and I remember the quiz. For those of us who are not so lucky to be as competitive in it, to even fortunate to take part in it, it used to air at 11. I remember 11, 11.
GTV.
Yeah, and then you sit down with your paper and your pen, and you try and figure out if you're as intelligent as the people that you're watching on the screens. So it will be good. Make sure that you're part of it.
So the disco was two seasons ago.
Oh, it was 2 seasons ago.
Last year was Prempe.
Oh, yes.
Well told. I don't remember. I don't remember.
No, I think because of the incidents that happened in the disco one.
Yeah. I think at disco, the old school, the old school association, they came to help. And St. Thomas, they are very popular around Accra. So everything was
who knows? We may just be profiling your school next year on our show. So just watch out for it, and we'll carry out our own quiz here in the studio. All in preparation and counting down to the finals.
Well, definitely. But let's move on. We have our JoyNews agenda for the week. And today, we're talking again about school. And if you have a 3-unit classroom block for 254 pupils that are supposed to have 11 classes, how are you going to share them? Now listen.
4 classes are combined in 2 classrooms with no partition, and the rest are sitting under trees. You can differentiate between classes by the topic taught by the teacher in the class, because the pupils are mixed together, Roland.
And on our JoyNews agenda today, Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam visited the Yele Primary and Junior High School in the One West District and now reports the number of instructional hours spent at the school depends normally on the movement of the sun.
The Yele Primary School was established some 13 years ago to address the challenges of pupils working long distances to have access to education. The school has a population of 254 pupils. However, they have this 3-unit classroom block for all the 11 stages of education at the basic level. 4 classes are combined here in 2 classrooms. The cruel reality, however, is that there is no partition and the pupils are mixed together. I met teacher Mohammed Aziz Kantonsong in this class, busily teaching building and design technology. Though the topic is meant for 6 students who will be writing the Basic Education Certificate Examination BEC next week, the other 13 students who are in JHS 2 are also sitting in the class but are not supposed to be active participants. Classes here are differentiated by the topics treated by the teacher.
First of all, you write a topic you have to treat and tell them this is for Form 3. They all know their topics. Form 3. So you tell them this, we are teaching Form 3 right now. After 35 minutes, I'm going back to Form 2. So that when you teach this one, you go back to the Form 2 again and teach them. That is how we teach them.
Finally, a student, Kungara Desmond, is not happy with the situation.
They are teaching year 3. If year 2 are also here, they can make noise. So if they are making noise, we can't hear anything about the teaching. Headmaster
of Yelayiri GA Primary and JHS, Mensa Tadios, speaks of the challenges involved in lumping the classes together.
Teaching and learning is not effective because we waste a lot of time. Because one teacher will engage 2 classes at the same time, who's supposed to be separate. So one teacher will be here, another will be here. Because of that, some teacher will even travel all the way from Y and come and sit. One person will occupy the class. Before we realize time is up, and the person will go back without teaching. It is affecting the academic performance of the students in the school.
Though among their colleagues at the school, the JHS 1 students are the only ones having a classroom of their own. They also have challenges with their furniture. Teacher Naikum Paulina said, due to the inadequate furniture at the class, it makes it difficult to stop the students from copying.
You see 2 or 3 people pairing a furniture. It's not where one person is supposed to have this furniture, whereby 2 or 3 people will sit on one chair, and they find it difficult to copy notes or to write. When it's time for exam, they find out copying from those who are good, and those you will find it difficult to even know who is even good or who is not good at all.
The case of pupils in the lower primary is different from that of their senior colleagues at the school. They rely on the shades of trees here for their studies. The number of instructional hours at the school depend on the movement of the sun. Yakubu Mariam teaches class 1.
Sometimes we will be teaching while some of them are praying. Because we are not in the classroom, they will go out, but you can't see them. And meanwhile, the tree, there you can see the tree. It's not a neem tree. When it's 11 o'clock, we have to close because we don't have any place to sit again. And normally we're supposed to close at 1 or 1:30, but because of the tree, we close at 11.
At the kindergarten, there's no furniture. The pupils use stones, use wire boards, and logs as their furniture. Assemblyman of Very electoral area, Derek Joseph, is deeply concerned about the situation.
I'm not a happy man anytime I come to visit these children. Seeing them learning under such conditions, seeing the teacher teaching under such conditions, I'm never a happy person. So I'm worried about the situation, and I'm thinking that something must be done to help these children. We have been struggling with authority to come to our aid, but we are not getting any results. We are grateful for you today. It is our hope that, looking at the situation, if authority, the Honorable DCE, the Member of Parliament, the Regional Minister, the President, and all authority, seeing this situation, if they should come to our aid as a matter of agency, we'll be very grateful.
The government of Ghana, through the Ghana Education Trust Fund, in 2015, awarded a contract for the construction of a 6-unit classroom block with ancillary facilities for the school. As I speak to you now, it's now been left abandoned and overtaken by grass. Hussein Ismail Enterprise Limited was awarded a project which he executed up to the lintel level. He told me off camera that he left the project due to delay by the GET fund to pay him for work done. District Chief Executive for Wa West, Edo Labiru Sobo, expressed worry over the situation.
I can say Wa West is having a lot of gas farm projects, but all of them, some are say above ground level, some are at the latent level, some too you cannot even know the whereabouts of the contractors. I'm still struggling to get in touch with them, and I've informed them to calm down. This is not something you should be hiding. If you have a problem, you should come out to address it so that we know the way out. If you are not hiding, then we don't know how do we now start it. So I believe last week, someone a meeting to all the contractors. We had a very beautiful deliberation with them to let everybody to be aware that if you have a challenge, let us know. So as at now, we are also working hard to see to it that all the gas farm projects are completed.
Pupils in these schools need urgent help. They need government to ensure that the abandoned structures are completed to enable them achieve their lifelong dream.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam, Yiri.
So family,
Rafik Salam, he's a southpaw like me. You can see from the clapping.
Rafik Salam is making a story that is upsetting me. He's making me smile. You know, we can still have joy just like the children are doing.
Yeah.
But it's absolutely wrong. The condition in which they are studying is not right. It is not right. And when you have authorities say that, they don't even know what is happening to the contractors.
They don't know.
Then you, the ordinary, you see, we are supposed to be sounding like that. So it's disheartening. But the hope is that once we put a spotlight on the situation, it would improve. It would turn out to be good. But we also encourage people from communities, all of us, we're all from one community or the other, and we can't always wait on governments. So just in case you haven't seen, you haven't heard, this is going on in your backyard, we've put the spotlight on it. Can you gather yourselves together and let's do something? Let's show these kids what real love means. They shouldn't go through the kind of situation that we went through. And I know that sometimes, people would think, oh, it's the same situation. We went through it. Look at us. We're doing well today. But if God wanted them to go through what you went through, he wouldn't have blessed you. Yeah. So please use your money and do some good. Let's improve the communities in which we live.
Well, definitely.
Yeah.
And
that's our agenda for today.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And just in case you have also a school in your community, you want us to know, please let us know. You can take a picture or a video. Try to tag our Facebook channel or Facebook page and JoyNews on TV is a Facebook page. Please let us know if you have some of these replicas of bad schools in your community. Let us see those pictures in some of the schools. We also know that the children don't have desks that they're sitting. Forget about the things that happen during the campaigns when we have donations. The donations don't come when people get into government, but the reality is that do we have those who are your district heads, your municipal heads, the metropolitan head, do they come to your aid? The educational head, do they help you? And then you as communities also, what do you do to help each other? We would want to know, just to make sure that we also familiarize ourselves with your situation.
Yeah.